Hello and welcome to Indian Institute of Public Administration. You are tuned into Governance at Work, where policies meet people and governance comes alive. Governance is not just about drafting rules, it's about justice, trust, and opportunities that touch every citizen's life. Each week, we bring to you stories of government schemes and innovations, how they are transforming communities, addressing challenges, and steering us towards the vision of Viksit Bharat. In this episode, we begin with the key governance highlights of the week before turning to a new initiative that is empowering youth across the country. First, let's have a look at the highlights. The Prime Minister has launched the PM Viksit Bharat Rozgar Yojana to accelerate formal job creation and empower India's youth. IIPA conducts an orientation course for officers of Indian Coast Guard. IIPA evaluates the Pradhan Mantri Gramin Digital Saksharta Abhiyan PMG Disha. IIPA presents an article on Mission Youth in J&K, a critical analysis of PM Mission Youth in Sopia and Pulwama district. Ms. Nitika Khandelwal, District Magistrate Tehri Garhwal, Uttarakhand, receives the award for the Uttarakhand Government Assets Management System during the 17th Civil Services Day. India has a space for 3.5 crore formal jobs and it's planning to fill in those space in the next 2 years with the PM Viksit Bharat Rozgar Yojana. The scheme was launched with a bold and a strategic purpose to accelerate formal job creation and empower India's youth as a part of the broader vision of building a Viksit Bharat by 2047. The PM Viksit Bharat Rozgar Yojana is a major employment-linked incentive scheme launched by the Government of India effective from August 1, 2025 with a massive outlay of 99 crores with a special focus on first-time employees and the manufacturing sector. The scheme aims to create over 3.5 crore formal jobs in the next 2 years, addressing the growing demand for stable employment across sectors. It targets first-time employees, helping them enter the formal workforce with financial incentives and social security coverage. Employers in labor-intensive manufacturing are given extended incentives to encourage sustained hiring, aligning with the national manufacturing mission. By offering direct benefits to both employees and employers, the scheme promotes inclusive growth, especially in Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities. As stated in the Prime Minister's Independence Day speech, the initiative is a landmark step towards transforming India from a free nation to a prosperous one.
आज 15 अगस्त के ही दिन मेरे देश के युवाओं के लिए 1 लाख करोड़ रुपए की योजना हम चालू कर रहे हैं, लागू कर रहे हैं। आज से प्रधानमंत्री विकसित भारत रोजगार योजना आज ही 15 अगस्त को लागू हो रही है। ये आपके लिए बहुत खुशखबरी है। इस योजना के तहत निजी क्षेत्र में पहली नौकरी पाने वाले नौजवान को, बेटे बेटी को 15,000 रुपया सरकार की तरफ से दिए जाएंगे। कंपनियों को भी नए रोजगार देने के अवसर जो भी ज्यादा जुटाएगा, उनको भी प्रोत्साहन राशि दी जाएगी। प्रधानमंत्री विकसित भारत रोजगार योजना करीब करीब 3.5 करोड़ नौजवानों को रोजगार के नए अवसर बनाएगी। मैं सभी नौजवानों को इसके लिए बहुत बहुत बधाई देता हूं। मेरे प्यारे देशवासियों, आज भारत में नारी शक्ति का लोहा हर कोई मानने लगा। बढ़ती इकोनॉमी की लाभार्थी हमारी नारी है, लेकिन बढ़ती इकोनॉमी को गति देने में भी हमारी नारी का बहुत बड़ा योगदान भी। हमारी मातृशक्ति का योगदान है, हमारी स्त्री शक्ति का योगदान है। स्टार्टअप से लेकर स्पेस सेक्टर तक हमारी बेटियां छाई हुई है, खेल के मैदान में छाई हुई है, फौज में चमक रही है। आज गर्व के साथ नारी कंधे से कंधा मिलाकर के देश की विकास यात्रा में भागीदार हो रही है।
Part A, incentive for first-time employees, eligibility for employees, job seekers. To qualify for the 15,000 incentive under Part A of the scheme, the person must be entering formal employment for the first time, must be registered with the Employees Provident Fund organization, monthly salary should not exceed 1 lakh rupees and must remain employed for at least 6 months to receive the first installment. Second installment is released after 12 months and successful completion of a financial literacy module. Aadhaar is required for direct benefit transfer of incentives. In Part B of the scheme, support for the employers. To receive wage support of up to 3,000 per month per new employee for 2 years, the employer must be registered and compliant with the Employees Provident Fund organization norms. Minimum new hire should be at least 2 new employees if the firm has less than 50 employees and at least 5 new employees if the firm has more than 50 employees. New hires must remain employed for at least 6 months. Manufacturing sector employers are eligible for extended benefit up to 4 years. Only employees earning up to 1 lakh per month qualify for employers' incentives. This dual benefit structure is designed to encourage both hiring and retention, especially in high growth sectors. It's managed by the Ministry of Labour and Employment through Employees Provident Fund organization. Registration and tracking is through the official PMVBRY portal. Payments made through direct benefit transfer using Aadhaar linked system. The strategic rationale behind the scheme was to formalize employment that encourages Employees Provident Fund organization, registration and long-term job creation, retention, reducing informal labor. Youth empowerment with nearly 1.92 crore young workers expected to benefit under Part A. It's a direct investment in India's demographic dividend. The 99,000 crore outlay acts as a fiscal stimulus to boost demand, productivity and industrial growth. The PM Viksit Bharat Rozgar Yojana is designed to be a transformative employment initiative and its expected outcomes reflect a bold vision for India's labor market and economic growth. So you might be wondering what's here for the government. Let's look at what the government aims to achieve with this scheme. Massive job creation, target over 3.5 crore formal jobs in 2 years, focus on first-time employees, especially youth entering the workforce for the first time. Workforce formalization encourages transition from informal to formal employment, expands employees, provident fund organization coverage, ensuring access to social security benefits like the pension and insurance. Boost to manufacturing sector, special incentives for employers for labor-intensive manufacturing expected to scale up existing industries and attract new investments. Financial inclusion and literacy. Employees receive incentives in 2 installments, with part of the benefits held in fixed saving instruments. Promotes financial discipline and long-term saving culture among youth workers. Regional employment growth. Target Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities, helping reduce urban migration and balance regional development. Data-driven monitoring and evaluation tracks real-time employment trends via Employee Provident Fund organization, which will help policymakers assess labor market dynamics and adjust strategies accordingly. Digital integration, seamless registration and benefit disbursement through Aadhaar-linked DBD enhances transparency and reduces leakages. In essence, PM Viksit Bharat Rozgar Yojana is not just about jobs. It's about reshaping India's employment landscape. This scheme looks like India's employment strategy under the Viksit Bharat vision. A 3-week orientation course for lower divisional clerks of Indian Coast Guard was organized by IIPA in association with Indian Coast Guard, Ministry of Defence, Government of India. The objective of the program was to enhance the skills of the officers' knowledge and effectiveness in the modern administrative landscape. During the session, the participants learned about administrative and communication skills, data protection and cybersecurity, RTI Act, POSH Act, social media management, international concerns in Coast Guard administration, design thinking and so on. Around 17 participants attended the program. The program was coordinated by Dr. Sakit Bihari and Dr. Manan Dwivedi, both IIPA faculty. A study on Pradhan Mantri Gramin Digital Saksharta Abhiyan (PMG Disha) scheme was evaluated by IIPA to examine the scheme's progress since its launch in 2017, highlighting its success and challenges in bridging the digital divide and empowering rural communities. The Pradhan Mantri Gramin Digital Saksharta Abhiyan is a flagship initiative by the Government of India under the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology aimed at bridging the digital divide in rural areas. IIPA faculty Professor Charu Malhotra conducted this research. The scheme impact on rural India were explored during the evaluation, and recommendation for its future development was derived and shared to the ministry. To know more about this scheme, its impact and IIPA's recommendation, check the description of the video in the link below. Today we are taking a closer look on an interesting article by Brigadier N.S. Grewal on Mission Youth in J&K and critical analysis of PM Mission Youth in Sopia and Pulwama district, an ambitious initiative launched after the abrogation of Article 370 to empower the youth of Jammu and Kashmir through education, skill development and employment. The analysis of the author shows some striking findings regarding awareness about the program, which is remarkably high, with over 90% of youth in these districts aware about it. Many have actively volunteered, mainly seeking employment opportunities, and success stories from schemes like Mumkin and Tejaswini reflects its positive impact on livelihood and entrepreneurship. According to the author, challenges persist at the same time, from inadequate knowledge in remote pockets, lack of specialized schemes for women and marginalized groups, to the need for stronger skill training infrastructure and psychosocial support to address drug abuse and social unrest. The author has made certain recommendations to ensure long-term impact. Overall, the study concludes that while PM Mission Youth has brought optimism and opportunities, its sustainability depends on continuous adaptation, inclusivity, and stronger community engagement. For a deeper critical understanding and analysis with data, insights, and recommendation, we recommend you to read the full article published in the book Excellence in Administration Volume 1 Changing Lives. The link of the online version of this article is mentioned in the description below. As part of the Civil Services Day celebration, the Government of India presents the Prime Minister's Award for Excellence in Public Administration. These awards were instituted to recognize, reward, and motivate districts and civil servants for outstanding work in public administration. The award highlights initiatives that have brought measurable improvement in the delivery of public services, innovative practices, and citizen-centric governance. Over the years, the scope has been expanded, now including district, state organization, and central ministries for exemplary implementation of flagship schemes, innovations, and effective governance models. Winners receive a trophy, citation, and cash reward, which serves not just as recognition, but also as encouragement for others to replicate successful practices. At present, the awards are divided into a few categories, including holistic development of districts, aspirational block program, and innovation in public administration. And further, under innovation category, there are 2 awards for state-level initiatives. This award seeks to recognize innovations at state level from state government organizations for various innovations in any field of administration. This year, on the occasion of 17th Civil Services Day, Ms. Nitika Khandelwal, District Magistrate, Tehri Garhwal, Uttarakhand, received the award for the Uttarakhand Government Assets Management System. The Uttarakhand Government Assets Management System, or UKGAMS, is a pioneering digital initiative to safeguard government land across the state. Using AI-powered change detection and satellite imagery and real-time validation, it helps departments track land use, prevent encroachment, and act quickly when issues arise. So far, over 66,000 assets have been mapped and more than 60 departments onboarded. The system has already monitored land worth 14,000 crores, detected encroachment worth 53 crores, and reduce grievance resolution time from months to weeks. By unifying data on a single web and mobile platform, UKGAMS ensures transparency, efficiency, and collaboration, delivering better land governance and benefiting over 1 crore residents of Uttarakhand. A true step towards data-driven, transparent governance. That's all for this edition. We hope you found it informative and engaging. We'll be back soon. Thank you for watching. Until next time, stay informed, stay empowered. This is Governance at Work, powered by Indian Institute of Public Administration.